Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WWE News and Rumors. I'm your host, Mr. Brandon Hodge. This video is brought to you by SeatGeek. So if you guys are looking for tickets for any event in the entire world, it doesn't even have to be wrestling related, just tickets for any event. Use SeatGeek, use code Hodge, save yourselves $20 freaking. So we're gonna go kick off this episode with the first news story. Let's go ahead and get going here. So this one is about the Royal Rumble 2022. So the Royal Rumble 2022, as we all know, is happening in St. Louis. It's happening in the Dome or whatever. And apparently they're not setting up this dome like completely, I don't guess, because this news story is about the tickets. So as of right now, the box office only has 3,000 tickets left for Royal Rumble, which is terrifying news. Absolutely terrifying, because if you guys don't know, I'm going to the Royal Rumble, but there's a problem. I don't got my tickets yet, so I got to choose one of those 3,000 tickets they have left to figure out where I'm going to sit in that dome. But anyway, yeah, so apparently right now they've sold 27,000, but there's only 3,000 left, so there's going to be a 30,000 person capacity for this Rumble, which is putting it kind of on the smaller side. Remember when they did the one in Texas, it was like 50,000 people or something? And this dome could hold a lot more. Just the configuration they're doing is only for 30,000 people, which is pretty much a guaranteed sellout when you do like one of the big four pay-per-views, which is such a small capacity crowd. But anyway, if you're looking to go to the Rumble, like I'm looking to go to the Rumble, there's only 3,000 tickets left, from the box office at least, to choose from. Alright, the next news story is about Miss Mickie James. So Mickie James, you know, is a legend in the wrestling business, will go down as such, but as of right now, she is no longer with the WWE, but they just announced her for the Royal Rumble. If you guys didn't catch what I'm talking about here, if you did, you know what I'm talking about. It's how Impact Wrestling and WWE working together, because if you don't know, Mickie James is currently signed to Impact Wrestling and I guess NWA as well. But they're WWE, they're actually working with other wrestling companies. I mean, they have to pay the other wrestling companies to bring in a talent like that, which is something WWE refused to do in the past, and they're now doing, which is just crazy. But basically, like the president or one of the social media guy or someone who works for Impact was asked about this deal and basically said, well, WWE called us up wanting her to be in the Rumble. We talked to her about it. She really wanted to be in the Rumble, so we made a deal with the WWE. So yes, Impact Wrestling and WWE did make a deal together to have Mickie James actually at the WWE show inside the WWE Royal Rumble. So WWE, in fact, yes, is working with Impact Wrestling. So those are the few confirmed news stories that I talked to you guys about today. Go ahead and get your juice box out, get your juice box ready, because ladies and gentlemen, you guys know what time it is. It is now time to talk about some juicy rumors. Alright, the first rumor is about WWE and their weird banned words. Sometimes they'll ban words like they don't want you to, for a while, and now this has changed recently. They didn't want you to use the word wrestler. You can't use the word wrestling because this is not wrestling and you're not a wrestler. This is sports entertainment and you're a sports entertainer. It's like, what are you doing? It was be like so stupid of things. Don't call it a belt even though you wear it around your waist. It's a championship title. It's not a belt. I mean, just some very, very, very stupid things. And they go back and forth and change things a lot. But the new word that has been banned is now pay-per-view. You can no longer say pay-per-view. So for a while, it'd be like the next WWE pay-per-view is whatever, WrestleMania or whatever. No, technically they're not pay-per-view because that's what pay-per-view means. Like you pay per, to view it or whatever. But that's actually not what they're doing anymore. Now it's a subscription service and you pay for the subscription service and you get access to all the WWE shows. Well, except like the cable show, it's weird the way they do it. You should get access to, but you do get access, but I think it's like weeks later or something like that, isn't it? I don't really watch it on there anyway. But basically, now they're not wanting to call it a pay-per-view anymore. It is a now special live event. So that's what they're calling it. Like the next special live event is the Royal Rumble. We're not saying the next pay-per-view anymore. We're saying the next special live event is the Royal Rumble. It's a very stupid, very small change, but the word pay-per-view has been banned by the WWE. Alright, the next rumor is about this next feud for the Universal Championship. We have, appears to be, and I'm pretty sure, and everyone's pretty sure, and they're already promoting it as such. We have Roman Reigns, our tribal chief, Universal Champion, defending his title against his former buddy, his former brother in the Shield, Seth Rollins. If we can even remember back that far, it's been so just time's flown like since that. But basically, we have Reigns, Rollins, Universal Championship. What's happening? I mean, normally you would always say Reigns retaining. They're trying to give him like this record length title run, but this rumor is crazy. It's saying Seth Rollins is taking the title off of Roman Reigns. He's beating Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship, and Seth Rollins at the Royal Rumble will be the brand new Universal Champion. This is crazy thinking, but it does make sense. So Seth Rollins was supposed to win the WWE Championship in that Fatal 4-Way at Day 1 before Brock was randomly added to the match because Reigns tested positive for it. So Rollins was supposed to be champion right now. Nonetheless, you know, things that got totally messed up. We have two people champions, and like one's not supposed to be the champion. Rollins is supposed to be a champion. So it's just kind of confusing what's happening right now. So basically, everything is supposed to work out the same no matter what. They're just switching things around a little bit. We're still supposed to have Roman and Brock at WrestleMania, and we're supposed to have Rollins and someone at WrestleMania for the championship. So basically what they're doing, they're going to kind of switch roles a little bit, and Rollins is going to be Universal Champion, Brock's going in as WWE Champion, Roman will not go into WrestleMania as the champion, Roman's going into WrestleMania as the challenger for Brock's title. So it's confusing. Now, this is a rumor, take it with a grain of salt, but apparently that is something they're discussing right now. Now, if Rollins does beat Reigns, I don't think it's going to be clean. I think it's going to be like a distraction by Paul Heyman or something like that that's going to cost Reigns the title and fuel a whole feud for WrestleMania. We'll just have to wait and see. But it would definitely light, you know, a flame in the... I don't know what kind of analogy to use here, but it's just going to be crazy to see how this is going to play out if this does happen. But Rollins beating Reigns, this like longest title reign, you know, in years in the WWE, Rollins is going to be a very... I mean, he already is a big star, but he's going to be the biggest star in the company if you beat the biggest star in the company, Roman Reigns. So we'll just have to wait and see where that goes. That's a crazy rumor for Royal Rumble, and we'll just have to wait and see on that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this will be the fun news to the fun rumor. The final thing we'll be talking about inside this episode of WWE News and Rumors. This is also kind of about the Mickie James situation, but we'll just put the WWE logo and say it's about WWE working with other companies. So this, for a while by wrestling fans, has been called the Forbidden Door. No one walks through the Forbidden Door. If you have a contract with another wrestling company, you are not walking through that forbidden door between whatever wrestling company you work for and the WWE. It's a forbidden door. You cannot go through it. But Mickie James is going through that door because WWE worked out a deal with Impact Wrestling to have her walk through that forbidden door, which is crazy. Which opens the mindset being like, what the hell's going on? Well, apparently WWE has a brand new policy that basically says that they're open to working with other wrestling companies in unique situations or whatever. So anyone can walk through that door. No, I'm not saying things could be flipped around and like a WWE star could go wrestle on AEW or something like that. I don't think so, or it would have to be an astronomical amount of money or something like that. But with that being said, the policy being changed, WWE is working with Impact Wrestling. That's been confirmed. Could they be working with another company? Well, actually, WWE is working with AEW right now. And this is not a rumor, this is a legit thing. WWE is working with AEW in a different way, not in a way you think. So the director, what's even his title, like talent relations guy, John Laurinaitis. We all know John Laurinaitis if we watch the People Power guy or whatever in like 2012 or whatever. So basically, he is talking to Tony Khan right now. And the rumors are saying that Tony Khan and John Laurinaitis have been able to get along great in their phone conversations they've had. And these conversations are not about a wrestler going to a different company or something like that. This is basically just media licensing rights for WWE. They're wanting to do some documentaries on some people that are now signed to AEW, so some ex-WWE people. Could be like, John Moxley / Dean Ambrose. Could be a Chris Jericho, or it could be anyone. It could be Big Show, Mark Henry, anybody. But basically, they've reached out because they want some AEW footage of what the wrestlers are currently doing in the documentary WWE is producing. So it's a footage licensing, right? Like WWE, they want to use some AEW footage, so they got to get permission. But John Laurinaitis has reached out to Tony Khan. They're talking. So AEW, WWE, they're talking. That's something that's never ever happened before, and it's legitimately happening. Like the Forbidden Door is like broken off the hinges at this point. So you never know what's going to happen. We'll just have to wait and see. But this is a huge step for WWE and pretty much the whole world of wrestling right now. So you never know what could happen. Anything can happen. And this is very, very exciting. I can't wait to see where this goes. So there, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of WWE News Rumors. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Right now on the screen, I will leave a link to 2 previous videos for you guys to check out, as well as a button to subscribe to this channel if you guys happen to be brand new here. But I am Brandon Hodge, your king of vlog style, and I will see you guys in the next video.